Hey class, so for this video it's going to be very short, going over these three more difficult unit conversion problems that are listed in the worksheet on Canvas. So let's just jump right into it. So the first one, suppose you have a car that is traveling 50 miles per hour. How many feet per second is it going? So the best way of approach for converting these rates, such as miles per hour, is writing it out as miles per 1 hour. So miles per 1 hour. And then with given conversions, in this case, they would probably give you 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. And you want to know how many feet per second. So you want to know hours to seconds, which we can deduce from our knowledge. So the first thing we want to do is split this into two separate conversion problems. The first one, we're going from miles to feet, and the second one, we're going from hours to seconds. So let's do the first one first. So we know 50 miles, and then we're going to put 5,280 feet in the numerator, since your numerator unit should always be the outcome unit, the answer. So then you put 1 mile on the bottom, the miles will cancel out, and then you do your multiplication, and your answer should be, let's see, 50 times 5,280, 264,000. 264,000 on the dot, and that's feet. Okay, so now the next step is we want to convert hours, so 1 hour, into seconds. So our conversions that we can use are just everyday knowledge, is that 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. Then you have 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So using this, we can go from hours to minutes. Since it's only 1 hour, we don't even have to write out the conversion, but if you did, you can do 1 hour in the denominator, 60 minutes in the numerator, hours will cancel. This will be 1 times 60, or just 60 minutes, times 1 minute, times 60 seconds is 1 minute. Then the minutes will cancel out, and you do 60 times 60, which is 3,600 seconds. And then the last step, since you are determining a rate, feet per second, you do want to divide the two numbers. So feet per second would be 264,000 divided by 3,600, and your answer is 73.3 feet per second. Now, that is not a complete answer because of sig figs. Now, our measured number is just 50 miles per hour. So 50 without a decimal point has one significant figure. Therefore, our answer would only be 70 feet per second, since our answer has to have one significant figure as well. So I hope that makes sense. Now let's move on to number 2. So I will erase all of this. All right, so number 2 is a little bit trickier. So if you walk 8 furlongs to the store, so 8. We'll use furlong. Furlong is a unit of distance. We'll just say fur. If you walk 8 furlongs to the store, how far away was the store in miles? Hint, a furlong is 40 rods. So these units may not be familiar to you, and they're not really familiar to me either, but we have the conversion factors to help us. So 40 furlongs. Oh no, a furlong is 40 rods. So 1 furlong, let's erase this. So 1 FUR is 40 rods. Also, we have 4 rods is 11 fathoms. 4 rods is 11. I'll put FATH, fath. So 4 rods is 11 fathoms, and 1 fathom is 6 feet. So 1 fath is 6 feet, and then we have the feet to mile conversion. 5,280 feet is 1 mile. Okay, so let's do the same exact process that we've been doing the whole time. When we have this many conversions, the best thing to do is to look at the conversion factor that has the starting unit. For example, let's look for furlongs. This first conversion is the only one that has furlongs. That means we're going to use it first. So we want to convert into rods. So 40 rods is 1 furlong. So after we do this math, this would cancel out. Furlong will cancel with furlong. And then our answer from this will be in rods. So then we want to go from rods to fathoms. Since this is the only conversion, other than this one, which we used already, this is the only conversion that has rods in it. So let's do that. So 11 fathoms divided by 4 rods. Rods will cancel out. Fathoms will be our unit, and then we do the same thing. This conversion is used, and you will never use a conversion more than once when you're dealing with questions like this. So that's another little tip. So now we're going to go from fathoms to feet, 6 feet in the numerator, 1 fathom in the denominator, and then our fathoms would cancel. And our final step is to go from miles to feet, or feet to miles. So we're going to do 1 mile divided by 5,280 feet. So once we do all of this math, you see your feet will cancel out. And after all of this, mile will be the only unit that's not canceled out. And that is exactly what you're looking for in the question. So let's do this. 8 times 40 divided by 1 times 11 divided by 4 times 6 divided by 1 times 1 divided by 5,280. And weirdly enough, the answer is 1. It's exactly 1 mile. So that's interesting. So 8 furlongs is exactly 1 mile. And we just developed that conversion from this very convoluted problem, but the answer happens to be 1 mile. So that's pretty cool. Okay, on to the next one. And here's the last one we'll do. There are more questions on this worksheet, but I just picked the first 3 since they seem to encapsulate all of the technique involved here. Okay, the third one. A creature moves at a speed of 5 furlongs per fortnight. Okay, so 5, we got a furlong unit is back, and then a fortnight. So per 1 fortnight, like the game. No, not spelled the same as the video game. So I will put 1 fort. Given that 1 furlong, so 1 fur, is 220 yards, 3 feet is 1 yard. Okay, we know that one. And 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. And 1 fort is 14 days. I knew that one. Determine the speed of the creature in centimeters per second. Okay, so there's a lot going on here, but the same principles apply. We want to go from furlongs to centimeters and fortnights to seconds. So let's do that. So we'll go from 5 furlong. Damn it. I clicked the wrong button. Sorry about that. So 5 furlongs times, let's see which one of these has furlongs in it. And it's this one, yards. So we have to use it. So 220 yards is 1 furlong. So furlongs will cancel, and our yard will be the answer unit of this expression. So now we're going to multiply by our conversion that has yards in it, which is 3 feet is 1 yard. So put 3 feet divided by 1 yard, and then our yards will cancel. And then we will do feet to, we're not given here, so now we got to use our mind a little bit. So now our answer would be in feet. We want centimeters, and we know our conversion here has only inches. So we do know that 12 inches equals 1 foot. So we can use that intermediate conversion. Well, these are all intermediate conversions, but we can use this one in addition to get to our answer. So we're going to put in 12 inches is 1 foot. Our feet will cancel out. And then we have our inches to centimeters to go to our correct answer. Centimeters is 1 inch. Inches will cancel. So then after we are done, we can just multiply straight through. 5 times 220 times 3 times 12 times 2.54. So our answer for just the beginning, just the numerator for furlongs per fortnight to centimeters per second is going to be 100,584 centimeters. Okay, so now let's do the second part. So we'll do it kind of in the middle, and I'll change colors, or the colors are not working, but I'll just do it in the middle. So 1 fortnight. So we want to convert fortnights into seconds, and we know that 1 fortnight is 14 days. All right. So we can just go directly to say that, all right, 1 fortnight, 14 days. So we are trying to convert 14 days into seconds. So we know that 24 hours are in 1 day. The days will cancel. We know that 60 seconds are in 1 hour. So, sorry, 60 minutes are in 1 hour. And we know that 60 seconds are in 1 minute. So very similar to the time conversion we did before in number 2 or in number 1, we can just go through and convert to seconds from hours to seconds, but in this case, it's from days to seconds. So we do that through, and we know that 1 fortnight will be 1 times 14 times 24 times 60 times 60. And our answer is actually in the millions, 1.2 million about, so 1,209,600. And that's going to be seconds. So now for our final answer, we want to go centimeters per second. So we're going to divide our centimeter number by our seconds. So that's going to be a very small number. And they even give you a hint. So the creature is probably a snail. So that gives you a hint right there that it's going to be a really small number for your answer. So let's see what we get. Divided by 1,209,600. And I get 0.0832 centimeters per second. So since our only measured number is 5, we have to get this number into 1 sig fig, which actually isn't too difficult now that we know scientific notation. So we can do this up here, and we can get 8 times 10 to the 10 to the negative second. So it's going to be centimeters per second. So that's your answer. Okay, so I'll be posting this right now. So see you in class.